The road, a place where ideas can come to you if you're driving a long distance. This is one of those ideas. You see, this show is called Critical Dawn, and it's not like Shattered Dungeons, no, it's quite different. It will be following a different group of individuals. This episode and the episode following it is going to tie into Arc 3 in a special way. Now you might be wondering, why do a show like this? Well, it's simple. Our patrons on Patreon and our subscribers on Twitch pay us to do this. You can go be one now. Simply travel to shatteredtabletopgames.com and support us by following us on Twitch or on social medias, or subscribing to us on YouTube, Twitch, and of course, following us on TikTok and becoming a patron. Now, you might be wondering why is this video happening? Well, it's simple. David's not going to be running this. No, in this traveling realm, the idea came to him to have Ray run it. Oh! Get down, he sees us! Okay, he's no, Ray's not up there. Come on, don't look at the camera. Come on, now. Anywho, Critical Dawn will begin now.
Everybody, welcome to Critical Dawn, the brand new show where the characters are made up and the points might matter. I mean, experience points, I guess. Anyway, you're here to join us for an epic quest through the unknown in the game of Shattered Dawn. It's a indie RPG, and it is amazing, and you will see because we are going to be playing that today. Now, I'm joined by a super awesome cast of folks who have some amazing characters that we're going to get into, and they're going to tell you all about them right meow. So first up, we've got Link Chef, who is playing David Cottonwood.
It's actually Davy Cottonwood.
Davy.
But yes.
And cut.
Davy Cottonwood.
Indeed, here I am.
All right.
Right on. Now, next we have Tofu, who will be playing Zumi.
Hi.
She was able to get up from a nap just long enough to say that. Next on our list of amazing cast, we have David, who's played by Jordan.
I am David, and it was rude of me to interrupt your introduction. I am very sorry.
I love that accent. That's perfect.
It's so good.
And then we have Christina, who is playing probably the easiest name to remember, Ix.
Hello. This is Ix. I'm really glad to be here, but I'm the, I don't know, I'm a little bit lost. I don't really know how I got up to the surface world. I'm an underling, after all. And I kind of can't remember anything because every campaign needs the amnesia character. And this time, I think it's me.
You don't remember if it's you?
I don't remember anything.
I love that. It's like the RPG paradox, the amnesiac paradox. Am I the one who's not supposed to remember anything?
I feel like I am that trope, but I'm not sure.
What's my locker number at the gym? I don't know.
Is Ix like the RPG version of Descartes? I don't know if I think, therefore I don't know if I am.
At this moment, until she remembers more, because, you know, she remembers being underground and having a life, and then she remembers being here and nothing in between. So we don't know what happened or where it happened or how it happened, although I think it's slavers. And I was going through my my personals part of my pack the other day, and I found a pair of underwear, and it had the name Dave on it. So that might be a clue to my name. I don't know.
This is some revelation, everyone.
Right? Davix.
Baby?
That sounds really
David?
familiar.
Davix? Who knows?
Davix. Huh. I have to think
There's
if
a
I
theme.
A theme? There's a theme? I'm just gonna have to see a theme. Okay, let's do this thing.
Now, to call yourselves heroes is a little bit of a stretch. I mean, you guys have saved the local cat from a tree. You've, delved into a crevasse to pull out some lost treasure, helped the old lady cross the street, things like that, but nothing like super huge that really screams, "Hey, I'm a hero." But that's going to change.
I turned in my library books on time.
You are a hero.
You are truly the hero your city needs.
I applaud this.
Thank you for your service.
Not
No
now.
stolen valor here.
You all have
Knowledge is
been
power.
summoned.
I don't know if you're aware of this.
Grindabar's
I told the
goods.
orphans this.
Yes, the orphans. Grindabar's Goods is a massive inn/tavern/item shop ran by a mutual friend of all of yours named Eldrix. He is also an underling, but he has been on the surface his whole life. After arriving...
He remembers lots
Exact.
of things. Yeah, not like me.
After arriving at his inn/tavern/item shop, you were quickly seated and fed with food and various drink, and he introduces you to a strange, Romani woman who says her name is Ephrosina, and she has a quest for you. And so we're going to pick up with all of you sitting around the table, just eating your food. Zumi's taking a little cat nap. And it's a normal conversation. So you can go ahead and, converse and maybe describe what your character looks like a little bit and that kind of thing.
Well, the first thing we have to discuss is what is a normal conversation here with us.
Fair.
The bar is
Don't ask
both
me.
very low and very far away.
I can't tell you. I can guess. I'm
one
not
could
saying it's going to be a good guess, but it'll be a fun guess.
One could say this.
I don't know how I feel about this emphysema person. Usually we tell the children to avoid emphysema. We do not encourage the smoking of leaves. It is for their health, after all.
I did find some leaves that maybe the children might actually like a lot. So
Nap time, children.
Listen, the orphans have been through enough.
Way ahead.
Snoozy.
once the orphans might be stressed out. I heard these leaves help with stress a lot.
It is rude of me to refer to them as orphans. We try to encourage them to change the labels that society gives them, and we refer to them as parentally challenged.
Mentally challenged. I'm
It's
everything
not
challenged.
it is not their fault that they do not have the
No.
parents. I mean, okay, there is this kid Benny. It was kind of his fault, but we try not to tell him that. You gotta bolster self-esteem where you can.
I have two things to say. One, in my long journeys of walking around the earth, I have never heard the term parentally challenged. So thank you for introducing that to my lexicon. And two,
Good. It is good of us to grow our worldview.
absolutely, I agree with that 100%. And two, I've forgotten to, so I'm just gonna sit here.
I believe you've been having some of the leaf you spoke of.
I've been enjoying all this food, considering I am a slender war Ethel who is very bronze and very black-haired, I've been enjoying my time here.
It is an unusual way to refer to yourself, but I guess confidence in any form is good.
Look, someone may be
Confidence.
writing about our journeys and witnessing them in some way, and so I just want them to know.
Mysterious stranger, I am blue, da ba dee ba da da. Did you catch
Change
that?
one little thing to fix that copyright, pesky copyright.
Honestly, if this voice picks up in DMCA software, we have bigger problems.
You're gonna be stuck there. Not that this is a bad thing. You know, it's a good voice.
What is this DMCA you speak of?
It is an evil wizard that prevents the sharing of joy.
Aha!
You shall fight this together. I give you my hammers. And I pull out a hammer.
I just realized there is a children's adventure that the parentally challenged youth at our center really enjoy. It's the copyright neutral bears, the feelings bears. They might actually, it would make for an interesting season if they fought the DMCA wizard.
Are these the ones
That
like,
would-
Groggy Bear and Positivity Bear and, yeah.
Well, there was this one bear.
Sleepy Bear was my favorite.
There was this one bear that was actually a pony in disguise.
Oh, a pony.
Yep.
Wow.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a mistake anyone can make. So I just...
I just want to double check really. My character just really wants to double check really quick. He looks over at Zumi and just wants to make sure Zumi's got her head rested on the bag of gold as a pillow and
Yep.
just making sure she's covered. Okay, she's covered. Cool.
Yes, you all do have
Do you do the
a
little
down
like
payment that was provided by Eldrix.
put the hand in front of the nose to see if you feel her breathing?
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah,
Put a
I'm
mirror.
sitting close enough for this. Yes, I do this. So
She's alive. She hasn't started to smell. I know that much at least. Come on.
Right.
I give out a big snort of a snore.
Okay,
She's
I like.
okay.
I do like. Do you know like when people describe doing like a side grin? Like they don't do a full grin, but like one part of their mouth kind of grins.
Yeah.
I do that.
Yeah, smirk.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, but let's say it's not like a smirk. It's like this person's like doing well. Cool. So.
All right.
Honestly, half the time that I think I'm smiling a big smile, it turns out it's just a half smirk. I suffer from what they call the resting bitch face.
But it looks like a big smile because you're so big, okay? So compared to anyone else, that little smile is huge.
Especially in the children's hearts.
If it
Right.
brightens at least one parentally challenged youth, I guess it is worth it.
Yeah, especially, parentless angst bear.
For everyone who is listening to this, I'm so sorry. I am going to laugh at parentally challenged every time.
Right. Yeah.
I wish we could. I wish I could remember the feelings bears we came up with. I forgot like all of their
It
names.
was like emo bear, paranoia bear, dick bear.
Was there?
He's a favorite. It's really
Yeah, it
easy to
was,
draw his
it was
symbol.
David's character.
He's
I see a symbol in
unbearable.
bathrooms all the time. It's popular.
I
Really
remember.
like Dick Bear.
I remember the first time I ever saw that in a public bathroom.
Speaking
so-
of which, Ix needs to go to the bathroom. She gets up, and she takes her little halfling self, and she goes off to the little toilet area. She'll be back.
all right.
Okay.
No sooner
That
does Ix
is
leave.
that is not bathroom. You are next to kitchen pot.
Oh,
Right.
oops.
Chamber
They smell
pot.
the same. Sorry.
Yep,
Wait,
no.
is blue-haired little Nas X gonna talk to us now?
Yes, as soon as Ix walks away, Eldrix sits down. And,
Oh look, it is the Elder Torer.
he looks at all of you and all right. So it's time to talk brass tacks, yeah?
No, I don't recommend talking about brass in front of Davy. You know how he feels about the metals.
I don't. The brass is fine. It's very
Oh, that was
specifically.
I'm sorry, that was the good one. It is hard to keep the allergies straight in head. Unfortunately, we may have lost at least one parentally challenged youth due to allergy mix-ups.
That's
That is why I've been put in charge of the fundraising and not so much the medication.
That's number one, horrible, and number two, it's only steel. I stay away from steel. That's all.
Stealing is bad. Yes, we teach them this too.
Duly noted. So, this here is my friend Efrosina. She is the leader of a group of people called the Tzigane. They are, for lack of a better term, masters at crossing the forest of fear.
I thought tzatziki was chicken.
Tzatziki is cucumber sauce. Anyway.
Oh, you put on chicken. I'm sorry. Ignorance. My bad.
Evrazina, please, if you will. Okay, my little babushkas. I have a quest for you. It's easy. Super easy. You will have no troubles. I promise.
Is it an inconvenience or like barely an inconvenience?
Oh, no. There will be no bears.
Oh, good. I do worry. The teeth.
Exactly.
David, as long as you appear bigger than yourself, they won't ever bother you.
Do you mean emotionally or physically? Because one of those is easier to do than the other.
Both would be best. Physically is the most important.
Oh, that is the one. That is the one in which I struggles.
I'll give you lessons when we're on our way.
Like tippy toes, or
Let's let Efrazina keep talking.
oh, sorry, it is rude of me, Emphysema. You go ahead.
So, you wish to find the dungeon of Versifol. It's hidden. The entrance somewhere very hard to find. But I know a way to find it. You simply need a gem of teleportation. Now, this gem is very easy to find. Very, very, very easy. It is in a hut. Unfortunately, the hut belongs to Baba Yaga.
There's the butt. There is the butt.
Yes, there's always the
Somebody's
butt.
talking about butts. I returned to the table. I heard butts.
No, it is the Baba Yaga. I believe it is the well-dressed individual who takes out people for money.
To be fair, if it is the Baba Yaga butt, it will be nicely shaped.
People do have good appreciation for Baba Yaga's butt, yes.
Mm-hmm. Indeed.
Well, it's so symmetrical.
You could bounce a quarter off of it easily.
I bet it feels good, but we don't want to be too disrespectful, you know.
True.
Like
Always ask.
Baba Yaga's butt.
We like Baba Yaga's butt. You can put that on a t-shirt.
I was gonna say I'm imagining Zumi literally like took like cardboard or like wood out of somewhere and like wrote it down and now is like holding up a sign.
A sign.
I like to think
like a picket sign.
she's got like 2 pieces of gold still like stuck to her face from where she was sleeping.
Got the little indentations. They're gonna stay there for a while. I have returned by the way.
Now,
I am back, and I am
the
holding something in
problem-
my hands. You can't see.
oh Lord, you brought the pot back.
Doing this.
The problem you're going to run into is that the hut likes to run around on its little chicken legs. So that is going to be hard to track down. But I can tell you its last known location. And it may still be there sleeping.
I know I'm newer to this land, but do huts particularly have a passion for running? Because not where I come from.
This is the first one I found in my travels.
Yes.
Mizumi,
My grandmother's hut is...
have you seen a mobile hut or a pizza hut or...
Oh, I've seen many things that should not have legs, but this is my first hut specifically.
Unfortunately, in my line of work, I've seen many things that should have legs that don't have legs, and that is very sad.
Would these be the parentally challenged things?
They are used, yes, but we do our best.
No legs and no parents. That's just a double whammy.
Yes, they've really been, cut off.
At this point, for my absolutely grim, just knowledge basing at this point, does anyone have the triple whammy with no arms as well?
I don't think I have seen that combination yet. But what?
Just some noises coming out of the rafters. Let's keep going.
Okay.
I don't know what that was.
I tried to keep I'll be honest with you. I try to keep a more optimistic approach, but if I'm leveling in my experience, eventually the combinations will probably align. I've dabbled. I've tried to learn the healings as best as I can, but kind of like I said with the medication, I was not to be trusted as much. So that is why I'm on the road to funds the raise. No, raise the funds. Yes, so they can maybe hire someone better.
Thank you for your testimony.
Also food. Believe it or not, the parentally challenged youth do require copious quantities of sustenance.
You're not going to grow new legs.
That happens.
No matter how much you eat them, you're not going to grow new legs.
No, not
You
for
can
the
try all
legs.
you like.
For the living.
Well, okay, I can see that.
Well, if we find this hut with the legs, I mean, we can cook the legs.
We hunt the hut.
You know, I bet if you don't have the legs, that you don't need as much food.
Yeah, less, moving around, less of a. I heard one soothsayer call it a metabolism once.
It sounds like it's sorcery.
Yeah, I definitely was enjoying some certain leaves when I had this conversation. So.
So it could have been a Sasquatch.
Hold on, Zumi. Let me try something. You look at me. Look at me and I.
Okay. Yeah.
Metabolism. Do you feel any different? Yes. No.
I think she's falling asleep again.
I don't think your
There's some
spell
kind
worked.
of brown beans that we can give her. Just some kind of the brown beans that they put in water and that, kind of helps with helps give you a kick awake.
Oh, coffee?
The only brown beans I have seen are the ones that the cats eat and poop out.
Oh, I've seen those. All the time.
Yes.
Yeah.
If you boil those, they make a delicious drink.
Why would you drink poop?
Oh, the ones that pigs poop out, even better.
What is
why?
this scatological fascination?
Well, there was another soothsayer I found called Freud, but his was a little too wild for me.
I can give to
I'm
you.
gonna open up one eye and I'm gonna look at everybody and I'm gonna be like, I'm only half asleep. I can hear this.
Which half of you?
Bottom half?
The other half.
Left and right, or up and down?
Ephrazina, do you know where this leggy hut is?
I do not know exactly, but I have this. And she takes a necklace off. This is family heirloom. When close to the hut, it will glow. But unfortunately, it can only be used by a Risan.
A recent what?
Oh, that's me.
Oh, okay.
Recently what? Like,
You are Risan?
Yes, I am Arisan.
I do not understand. You are recently what?
I like lean over to David and go, her race.
No, she doesn't run. She is very slow and tired.
I am giving
to
up.
carry her.
What?
This is me
Someone's gonna
giving
need
up.
to carry her.
I don't.
Say,
We have made small backpack.
True.
A papoose, if you will. To quote Jordan.
There is a papoose on the loose.
I must say it's one of my finer designs. I even added some nice brass rivets to the side and everything for decoration.
oh, so well, man. Look at that.
And stirrups.
Could sell that for a lot. It's got stirrups.
So
Beautiful.
Ephrazina comes over to Zumi and please do not to be losing this, okay? This is very precious to me.
I understand. Precious. Yes, our precious.
Yes, you get it. And she puts the necklace on you.
I
would like to order some taters. You could boil them, mash them, or put them in stew. Your choice. Sorry, was I interrupting?
I chuckle.
The best thing to do would be to head to the Forest of Fear and start walking. The necklace, it will guide you.
How
Sounds
big
lovely.
is the Forest of Fear?
You lost me at fear.
Oh, no. It is called the Forest of Fear because the local people, they do not understand things that happen in there. So they fear it. They fear what they do not understand.
Do you understand what happens in the forest?
Like the parentally challenged youths and the concept of death?
I know what bears do in the forest. That happens.
What do they do?
They bear.
Hey, bear.
They bear.
A bear. A bear in the woods, you know. Never mind.
The forest is very magical. It has many sprites and pixies and, magical creatures.
Oh,
And
so
the people fear them.
What? Why do they fear? It sounds lovely.
They can be a tad mischievous at times.
Oh, absolutely. I had a weekend bender with this one pixie named Jeremorand, and we had some fun.
That sounds traumatizing.
I've got experience with mischievous ones.
Then you should have no problem with the pixies and the sprites.
You just have stern talk, you build up self-esteem, and then maybe promise candy if you have it.
Indeed.
Speaking of which, Little Nas X, do you have any candy?
Oh, probably. I think I've got something in my bag. Hang on. Can somebody hold this for me? It's glowing and it's warm. And I don't know if it's dangerous, but here. And I hold out my little animal totem that I had received for just as a gift that we had all received. But mine is a little fox rabbit, and it's glowing.
When did that start glowing?
Oh, it's in the bathroom.
Fascinating.
Pee on it?
Is it supposed to do that?
I can
No.
I can carry it for you. Actually, that might be magical. I would prefer not to hold it.
All right. Does somebody want to rummage around in my bag and see if there's any candy in there?
I already have two of these animals.
Did you pee on it?
Higher or lower?
Me? What?
Davi.
Oh, lower.
So Eldrix rummages around behind the bar, then comes back. No, I'm sorry, I do not have any candy.
I appreciate you looking. Also, I'm sorry to just give you a nickname without asking if you're okay with it.
I have no idea what that nickname means, so I'm not offended.
Good. It's not an offense whatsoever.
Wonderful. Well, no offense meant, but time is of the essence. TikTok.
I hear many youths refer to a TikTok nowadays.
Yes, no, we have to go in there and check the scrolls to make sure they're not doing the inappropriate things. It's a very big hassle.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
I just want some warm milk and to go, and then I'll be happy to take our precious and head off.
Did you say worm milk or warm milk?
Warm milk.
Okay, because I was going to have the questions about where you get the worm milk from.
And how you do it?
Oh, I can teach you.
You have to milk them very carefully.
Oh,
I feel like it would take many worms. Or did the worms here are the worms here big? Does anyone know?
I don't know this land very well, but in my experience, the worms that I've milked, you needed a lot of them, and also you had to have a conversation before you started.
What?
I've heard you have to buy them dinner at least.
They need to be relaxed.
Dinner and a show.
Building lore one lie at a time.
Just wait till someone has to come through and actually compile this together and put it in thing.
I feel sorry for the guy who has to edit this. I mean, ugh.
Right?
What an awful job.
Yeah, our mysterious person who's watching.
1, 2, 3, not it.
He ain't watching. He's probably
All right.
sitting on the toilet.
Team, we should probably move out.
All right. So the
One last thing.
I don't live here, though.
Ifrazina. Look at this thing. Do you know what it is? It's glowing.
I do not know how that is glowing. It was hand carved by the older people in the older people home. It is just driftwood.
That's why I'm like, did X pee on it and then it glowed from her pee?
I think maybe
Have
you have eaten too many of the mushrooms?
Have you seen glowing pee?
I mean, there was that one time with the benders with the pixies, but I mean,
Oh my.
That was fun.
Before we go, I must go speak to my friend. I will be right back. Hello, sexy rat. It is good to see you again. I just wanted to thank you for your suggestion of Willet's sandwich. Apparently, fried chicken will sandwich. I would not have done this without you. Thank you so much. Oh, you.
As I'm walking out, I kind of yell gruffly,
You just have wonderful.
David!
I'm sorry, his good friend, and look at him, how handsome.
He is very handsome, but we have a job to do. You can talk to him later. He seems to never move. So,
yeah, he's slow milking that ale.
It's like he's been there for 14 years.
slow milking ale or worms?
Both.
He would probably eat worms if you offered it as suggestion.
Zumi, you receive a goat's stomach wine, like goat stomach water skin full of warm milk.
Yes.
I thought that was going in a different direction.
And all of you are heading out into the forest, yes?
Yep.
Cool. Let's switch up a map.
Into the forest that people are afraid of.
And lo, a forest in front of
Into
us.
the woods.
Oh my goodness, it's a forest.
All
How
right.
did that
Does
happen?
that mean we can sing now?
It's a very blurry forest.
That's because you've been eating the leaves.
Is
True.
it clear?
True.
It
There you
looks
go.
clear on mine.
It just loaded.
Oh, okay.
Be on the
All right.
lookout for the James Gordon. He likes to ambush people with song.
So you all head into the forest.
Assault with animals.
Very cold wind blows through the trees and the snow flows with it. And the first thing that you immediately notice is that the forest is like completely silent. There's no birds, no bugs, nothing. It's just rustling leaves. 90% of the forest is like an aspen tree. They all look virtually identical except in size. You proceed through the forest for quite a ways. There's like kind of a very rough like animal trail that you've been following, but the necklace is making no anything. It's not glowing, it's not beeping, it's not doing anything. It's sitting there around Zumi's neck.
Miss X, I have perhaps in a polite suggestion.
Sure. What is it?
If it is okay, we need to make sure we do not get lost, yes?
Yeah?
Could Could you, and we will turn back and be modest and all. Could you put your glowing urine on the tree so we know we came this way?
I would if I had glowing urine. I mean, I know that for sure. I don't have glowing urine, but I do have something that might help.
I did think you had the
No,
glowing.
nothing that exciting. That's only after a really, really wild night at the pub and the special purple drinks, but I don't think we had those today. I wouldn't remember if we did.
Plum beer? Plum beer?
Oh, that stuff's amazing.
It's so
So
good.
cool.
Yeah, plum beer. At least in the other town I was in.
Typically, I've tried to avoid purple-colored liquids. Is usually in my homeland. It is more of a poison. But I guess if it doesn't kill you, it makes
What doesn't kill you makes you stronger.
I'm going to cast Intuit Direction and just see if we're on the right path or if that necklace is a dud.
I'm gonna squint my eyes a little bit as she does this.
Perfect. So you cast Intuit Direction, and a trail definitely lights up heading farther north. But as it stretches out for probably 50 yards, 60 yards or so, it suddenly starts like branching out in every direction possible.
Is that the normal?
It's never done that before. Yeah, never done that before. It's cool.
It's cool.
Yeah, never
I would
seen it
like
before either.
all four of you to roll just a flat percentile die, please. No bonuses or anything, just D100.
I'm doing good. Okay, I'm doing better.
Better than some.
Zumi is too tired to
What
roll.
was it again? Okay.
There it is.
There you go.
Okay. Now, all right. So, Davi, because you're squinting, you're like, I'm guessing you're trying to avoid contact with this magical spell.
Yeah.
So, you're kind of in your own little world. The rest of you, though, farther to the north, you can hear what can only be described as like iron gates, like slowly creaking open
Not
and
steel.
closed.
Not steel, iron.
Iron.
Cool.
There's a very distinct difference.
That one kills him and the other doesn't, or at least gives him a really nasty rash.
It doesn't kill me either.
He's all like puffed up, like, guys, I ain't a problem.
I'm not
half of it
allergic
might
to
kill him.
steel. I don't have like a celiac steel disease or anything.
You do now.
Do you need an EpiPen?
I might have one of those in my pack.
Like I said, making up lore one lie at a time.
This is Earth 2 in the Shattered Dawn cinematic universe.
Waiting for the crossover event.
Right?
All of a sudden, hello everyone, how are you doing? Okay,
If you don't get that reference, go sub to the Patreon.
Indeed.
So, has anyone else heard the children's horror stories that they tell in the night for the scariness and the spooks?
I heard about this one called Hansel and Gretel, which I can say because it's public domain.
Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah, you do not want to get the DMCA wizard on you.
I read up on them on the travel here, in between teaching you how to scare a bear away, and yeah, I'm pretty terrified.
Honestly, it seems like best case scenario if you're going to encounter witch is that witch has house of food, invites you in for food, you get to eat food, and then if you kill witch, you're fine.
And
Excuse me, I said the O word. The parentally challenged youth would actually be very excited to encounter House of Food.
I mean, there are worse ways to die than being fat and happy right before.
No, some of the orphans I know, they would probably do the witch would not, it's impolite to discuss, but bright and terrifying futures ahead of them.
Like the sun.
Oh, I'm sorry. I have gotten on the bunny hole. I bring up the children's stories because they always talk about when you enter the place, you hear the creaking of the metal doors and such, in the things. I hear
Tell these stories to the children. Do you?
No, they tell them to me. They scare me.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say if you're doing that, I don't think you're doing it right. I don't know anything about kids, but that just kind of seems patently wrong.
No, they like to tell me the stories. Anywho, I hear the creaky. So I think we found the spookies.
Indeed.
Zulmi, have you heard the spookies or no?
Yes, I think we need to go that way because it's getting colder and I'm going into hibernation, you guys.
Do you need to get in papoose?
Yes.
Okay, you just climb up and everything okay.
I'm gonna snuggle down in the papoose.
There.
I don't know if this is gonna work. Yep. All right. So here is your Intuit direction spell. Goes off this way.
Line, good for you.
Goes off this way.
This does look like the glowing urine.
Goes.
It kind of does, but I swear it's not me. I would fess up. I would find it fascinating.
So that is the general idea of the directions that your Intuit direction is saying. So are you all proceeding forward, or what's the plan here?
I'm going to follow what Sobi says. I mean, she's the only one who can actually tell what she's supposed to do. I don't have a clue. I just make the paths. I don't follow them.
I think we have cast the iron into the... Well, no, he does not like the iron. That is inappropriate.
So...
Yeah.
He's so far away, I cannot hear his words.
As Davi begins wandering off by himself, right about here...
Friend?
You see
friend?
Off to the left... There is a very old, kind of decrepit sign that says Gibbet's Crossing.
New friend.
Anybody know what Gibbet's Crossing is?
You're not over there yet. You don't know.
I heard one of you yell, so there.
I cannot hear a word he is.
Wait,
Since I'm in the papoose, I'm as going as quickly as Davied is.
Okay.
Oh no, we become as one.
As everybody is getting closer, you can hear the sounds of the metal getting louder. Upon reaching this general area where you're standing, I have something to tell you.
You love
So, jutting up from the ground are these massive wooden poles, and they have like a crossbar on top, so it forms like a T shape. Hanging from the arms of these T's are cages, and they are molded into like a humanoid, like Risan shape. And inside you can see that in a few of them, there are skeletons that are like perfectly fit into these cages. So it's like they were put in there and forced to stand until they withered to nothing. You see a bunch of crows are just eyeballing you, but they're not making a sound. And they're just kind of like, they watch you and they peck at a few of the bones, and some of the bodies in the cages are a little bit more recent, and some of the crows and the magpies that are here are actually like pecking at it like a Risan buffet.
Everyone be careful. I think we have discovered skeleton jail.
Good thing none of us are skeletons.
I look at one of the. Oh, go ahead, Zumi.
Now that we're a little bit further in and we're at this cross point, do I feel anything on the necklace? Is it vibrating or warm or?
Roll a potency check for me, and you can put as much of your potency pool as you wish as a bonus.
While Zumi is doing this, I want to look at one of the crows and go, and like directly in the eye, and go, "Thanks for the warm welcome."
You're welcome.
Why, David? Why did you say that?
That was even creepier than the crow cawing at me.
Well, do you never provide voices for animal?
Only when I'm incredibly intoxicated.
Oh,
Zumi, getting a little bit closer and kind of concentrating. Your necklace actually begins to glow. And
Side question: do I feel potency emanating from Zumi at all?
Sure, yeah, why not?
It is her magnetic
fun.
personality.
Right.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a step back.
And it casts its own version of Intuit Direction.
Am I walking Zumi around backwards so she can look around with this thing?
Pretty much.
No, I think my head's over your shoulder at least.
That's right. I'm guiding you around, like head cocked to side.
So, I'm feeling pretty grumpy at this time. It's like, you guys, that noise is so grating. I can't get a good nap right now. And this thing is like glowing in my face, and it's like every time we go in that north direction, turn in that north way, it's like glowing brighter. Like, just make it stop. It's so cold. I just want to sleep.
Well, Zumi, I'm so very sorry, but it sounds like we absolutely have to go more north.
I think we have
All
one.
right.
While all of this is going on, is you say, "Oh, looks like we got to go a little more north." Dobby, you hear a very faint, like sobbing, coming from the northwest.
I want to prepare my crossbow, but I want to not like scream out, but just, you know, kind of yell out like, "Anybody there?"
Are you gonna hurt me?
Not unless you're gonna hurt us.
Slightly behind you here. Maybe. Who knows?
Are you?
Don't listen to them.
Are you one of the Tsigane?
Not at all.
Who has gone and done what?
A small child comes walking from one of the cages, like she was standing beside it, and she comes walking out. She's all bundled up from the cold, but like she clearly has been out here for a while, and she's got like almost blackened fingertips, and her nose is like starting to turn a little black. Are you sure you're not gonna hurt me?
First things first. I don't think I have any leather on me. Anything.
A quick question: would you consider yourself parentally challenged?
Oh gosh.
Yes, I am parentally challenged. My father is in that cage over there.
Okay. Real quick. Since my character is so averse to potency, I feel like I can also like decently detect it or whatever. Can I roll to just detect if she has any potency on her? Or
Sure.
she has a potency, a being
Yeah,
of
you
potency.
can make a potency check.
She has a smackerel of potency.
So
What is this child?
would I use my potency to?
Yeah.
And would would using like my pool of potency like
No, it's
consecrate me?
No,
Okay.
it's just you detecting.
We also use like knowledge and stuff
Okay.
like that. So.
Awesome. Cool.
Wonderful.
Not that it helps much.
Yeah, so she's not radiating any kind of like, holy cow, potency. Like, she just seems like a little girl that's been out in the cold a while.
Okay.
At least
But she did, while you were doing that, she did tell Davyed that she is a O word and that her father is in the cage over there.
I'm gonna bend down on one knee and just like I'm gonna take out one of the mushrooms that we got from that I have in my bag. I'm gonna
not the type to get high.
And well, if I remember correctly, they do not get you high. I think they're just really good. So, but
umami.
Correct. Umami.
Yummy.
Umami. Yep. So I get down on one knee, I take out a mushroom from my bag, and I say, "Come here, little girl. Just get some food in ya. Let's get you warm, all right?"
While he's doing that, Mizumi, I'm going to need you to get out the papoose so I can care for the smaller one, okay?
Yeah, no problem. I actually get out of the papoose, and I'm actually going to take a swig of my warm milk and then offer her some too.
Oh, look at you guys, the heroes of the day. So she happily accepts both.
I feel like we're going to pay for this, but I have to do the good thing.
Swilling it down and eating the mushroom. And those mean Tsigane people back in Entrenis, they're the ones who got my father killed. And then they said that they would kill me if they caught me.
Can I assuming based on the Frostbite the description, would casting Minor Heal kind of help a little with that?
Yeah, why not? I feel like you could.
Maybe.
I feel like it would be all right.
I cast Minor Heal, which in the mechanical sense is 7. Let me
Dobby combat rolls backwards out of there.
Well, before I just start chucking spells, I'm going to explain. Like, okay, listen, I am not the most skilled, but I am going to try and mend some of your wounds. Okay.
Okay.
Is that okay with you?
He says this, and so I'm just slowly backing away. I'm respectful of this. So.
Do you have to? Do you have to touch me?
No, I do not have to put the hands on you to do this. I'd be very respectable.
Okay.
Okay, here is the healing. I don't know the hand motion. I do this.
Can you just keep doing that for me, please? Thank you. David, this is your time to make a GIF. So. Just want to let you know.
This is it, right here.
Yeah, right here. Yep. Okay.
Yeah, you cast Minor Heal, and it does heal up a bit of her frostbite or frost nip. She's thank you so much. Hey, would you take me back to Andrenis? My aunt lives there.
Do we know where Andrenis is?
That's where you just came from.
Also, I was going to ask, do we, you said a certain word for like the people who like imprisoned her. I don't remember their name.
Tsigane.
Tsigane. Are those?
Degane, eh?
Are they the citizens of the town that we were just in?
Not, like they do live there, but they're more of a traveling.
I remember these guys. They're kind of. They have the.
Wait, you remember something?
I do. I something about the Tsigane is like really familiar.
Something about the trauma is really getting you going.
Right.
I mean, I'm sorry, but thank you.
It's again. I know that I had some encounter. I don't know what they are, but they're these roving people and they're their own society outside of, like everyday regular in the city society.
All right. Or sorry. All right. Thank you.
Can I do a sort of, I don't know, a gut check or something?
Yeah.
Look, there's
So
your
like
gut. Check it.
instinct is definitely like, I'm going to try and heal. I'm going to try and help and calm down. But now,
Yeah. So,
caretaker instinct of is everything on the level.
Speechcraft.
Okay. I do not have any of that.
So it does seem kind of weird to you that she would be out here with her father and not, like with another family member or something.
Why?
I was gonna say, does it actually seem weird if, like, especially since David's very well known to work with people who are parentally challenged?
Yeah,
It is strange for you to spend time with actual parent. Nobody does that. They're all dead. That is how this works.
It's like
I'm not saying that.
she didn't have any other family, and why the Tzigane would want to run her off.
I have before we take you to the safeties and such, we need to know to help protect others. Why would these gun people? Why would they want to run you away?
They were mad at my father because he stole from them
What did he steal?
money.
But
Yeah.
why?
I don't know if
That's picking a
death
fight
is
in any language.
I don't know if death is an appropriate response to anyone just stealing, though.
I feel like you just say, "Excuse me, you took my money. Oh, good, there is your money. I will take it back." That is justice.
I mean, it had to
But
be
this
a lot of money.
this is vengeance, not justice.
This seems a bit.
I don't know what that means.
It's more sadistic than justice.
This is
All I know
vengeance.
is they said that they were going to kill me too.
And that's just wrong.
We're not going to let that happen.
Yeah.
What direction did they go off to?
They were in the tavern in the town. Grendabar's goods.
Side note: if Link ends up being a bad guy, oh my gosh,
Rhett? If that is the true villain.
yeah, Red.
No, not Rat.
Rhett,
Will it murder?
it's Rat and photorealistic woman in
Yeah.
Like mythical murder.
Okay, could you give us just one moment to talk to my good friends here, and we will come up with plan for safeties, okay?
Okay, my aunt still lives there. If you can get me to her.
Okay, give us just a minute over here. You come here and talk to me. Everything is okay. You come talk to your good pal, the Avian. Come on, come closer. All of you come closer. Go closer. Oh, you should come to
I kind of like slightly go, X, come here.
Just join the huddle. Group hug.
There we go.
Okay, I know.
I start
I know
hugging.
I'm not
Ivy.
familiar. I know I'm not familiar with children who had the parentals, and then immediately, like I'm usually well beyond this equation. But something about this seems very wrong. Like why this does not add the up. It adds down.
I mean, you're certainly right that this seems very wrong. I mean, a child was left alone to freeze in the middle of scary woods.
No, I don't mean the ethical right and wrong. I mean like it doesn't make the sense.
Well, I checked her for magic. She's clean.
That doesn't mean that somebody is, either hiding it, or they are operative, or they are bait. Just something. I can't explain what, but something feels the off.
Well, do you think she's involved with it?
If okay, if you're scared of people that are right there that did this, and you say they want to run you away, why do you stay right here where they clearly be?
You got a point. You know, you're right. This is just something's not adding up here.
Also, if she was not, I'm going to say this in the nicest way. If she was not supposed to be here and people looking for her, yes, those are birds that like to eat. They would have told. They're very gossipy.
Yeah, but scavengers, which these birds are, only pick off of from dead creatures and not alive creatures.
But I don't know if you know this. The group of them are called
a murder.
That's right, they're a murder. Because they will follow Predator around. Because they know Predator will do the murder, and then they get the leftover. And they seem
after murder. I petition to change it to after murder.
Post murder.
Post murder.
Ix, I love this, but the Council of Wizards who makes the dictionary are not here.
If the birds are with the child, they not tell nobody, and they look at us. I think they wait for child to do the killing of us.
Well, David, if you do not trust this poor, innocent child, what do you do to suss out and prove it? Because it's not worth the risk leaving an innocent child in the snow if they might be something bad. If I know that is conundrum. I feel like we are a strong enough team.
That's why I brought it into a group. I have no idea, so I say, give me idea.
I don't think we can take her back to the city, because our trail's going to run cold.
Exactly. We have to take her with us.
I misspoke. I know of a wrong idea. It would be to torture child for information, but it is the wrong thing. You're not supposed to do that. That is bad.
I'm glad that you've learned that from your time working with parentally challenged children.
So you have to sometimes understand the bad to not do the bad.
Yes. Agreed.
And sometimes accidents happen.
We're gonna move past that one.
Sometimes I'm just saying, sometimes you have good intention and are misguided and enthusiastic, and mistakes happen, and you are no longer allowed to be the guidance counselor.
I whisper over to Ix, and I go, the more time I spend with this guy.
So while they're discussing this, and I'm not saying much, and I'm shivering in the cold, is she making, I'm watching over her, I'm looking over at her, is she making any kind of weird movements or shuffling or anything like that while they're talking? And while we're out of range from her?
So she doesn't seem to be making any super crazy movements, but you do notice that now that you're not actively watching her and stuff, she's completely stopped eating and drinking your offerings, and she's just kind of standing there almost too still.
Oh no.
Do we all witness this or just Zumi?
Just Zumi.
Okay. Well, and I continue then at this point. Look, we're heroes. We can take care of ourselves. If she does turn out to be something bad, I think we can handle it.
I have heard rumor, which, it may just be because of line of work. And sometimes, sometimes what do you call them? A bad embryo? No. A rotten egg? No. A difficult child comes in. And sometimes the rumors start.
Oh, pain in the tuchus. That's what they're called.
There's a rumor that instead of some kids maybe having trauma or behavioral issue that can be worked out and helped and good things achieved. Sometimes there is belief that a small child isn't really child, but is old evil spirit inhabiting body of child. Apparently they are out there.
I'm not sleeping tonight.
I've heard about this. I've never actually encountered one.
Does anything seem off about child to you other than, I don't know, I just get general funk?
Again, no magic that I can sense.
Ix, Zumi, have you noticed anything weird?
Well, it's been a weird day. I mean, you know what? Just to do it, just to see if anything happens, I pull out my my little animal totem, my fox rabbit totem, and look at it.
Just a little fox rabbit totem.
Is it glowing?
No.
It's not glowing. I don't know what that means, but
That's
you know.
cute and all, but what about you, Miss Zumi? Anything stand out to you?
Other than her just looking tired and standing still, I think
Jesus.
we can move forward, but we can be cautious about it.
Wait, what do you mean she's still?
I was gonna say, now that
isn't she shivering like wetting dog?
Now that Zumi has said this, can we look over and also?
Well,
everybody
We
turns
all
and
look
looks
over, and we all look back. Nothing suspicious here at all. Nothing suspicious.
Yeah, everybody go ahead and roll
please
potency checks.
Can we please insert? Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious.
Yes, please, David.
I'm not gonna put anything in case combat is needed.
I can't use potency for anything else, so.
Dump it all, I said.
Oh wow, okay. Nice. Was that?
I'm the only one who really needed the 20, it seems.
Were you the? Oh yeah, there you go. Okay. Yeah. So all of you now, after Zumi saying that, you all look and yeah, she's just kind of standing there, like with the 1,000-yard stare, just off into the distance, not moving, not shivering.
Did she freeze?
Like
Oh,
steam is
Okay,
steam is coming out of the wine skin or the water skin from the warm.
but there's nothing coming off her.
Nope.
I just say,
no
little
breath.
girl, are you okay?
Hold on. Did you hear no breath visible?
Oh, I did not catch that. Oh,
Okay. Eyes on me. Eyes on me. Who has a rock? Who can throw rock?
I look down at the ground. Is there a rock?
There is a rock. Yes.
I will pick up a rock.
I put my hand on you. Actually, it just occurred to me, is using deception magic on you against your religion?
It is.
We used it on you already.
Yeah.
I know I know like way back you did. I wasn't gonna bring it up with you because I'm not like, I don't have to like be super, the steel thing I'm super liberal, like I'm super conservative about. The magic thing I'm a little liberal about. So
Well, I'm just wondering, like, should I cast Valor on you or not?
I would prefer if you didn't. I would like you to like. I was kind of waiting for a time if you were like ever.
I was about to suggest it. Instead to myself and since Zumi's closest outside of you. Okay, we can do this. I believe in us. This is going to go easy. We're going to be safe. We're not going to die. Okay, everyone look at me. We're not going to die.
David, I remember a wise sage named Ted Lasso once told me to believe, and I believe in this right now. I believe in us.
Okay. Tofu, you get an extra.
I really
20
thought there'd be
to
more laughter on that.
I haven't watched it yet.
So
Tofu,
good.
you get an extra 20 to each of your pools for 3 turns.
Friends, got it. Thank you.
So I always cast it on myself first, so I have more magic to spend on everyone else. That's the thinking.
That's some galaxy brain right there.
That is. That's some big
smart
brain
thinking.
action.
Oh yeah.
That is why they pay me the no money.
What if we... Sorry. I don't like this, but unless this strange thing is going to attack us first, I'd rather just not mess with it. Let's try to walk to the north very slowly. Around her, behind the tree.
Want us to take it to town?
We're not taking it to town if that's what it wants. Yeah, number one, no.
Yeah, okay,
Number
is it
two,
like one
relate.
of those aren't there creatures that like they have to be invited?
Let's not talk to her anymore, and let's not invite her to town.
Okay, let's just
and
go around. Let's go
around the tree.
Let's go around this bush here.
This is where you can insert "Don't be suspicious."
I like this idea. Let's make it
Should we roll sneak?
Yes.
Oh yeah, actually.
Everybody roll some sneak.
I'm so sneaky.
I'm full of your
I actually have a sneak bonus, so.
Nice.
Oh my gosh.
Nice.
That's awesome.
We all snuck.
I assumed I was
You
about
all
to get
have,
us all.
And the little girl face plants in the snow and dies.
you all sneak around the tree, and as soon as she goes, like, you go to where you're out of line of sight with her, you come back out the other side and see that she is back over by the cage.
She reset.
She reset.
Has anyone heard of the horror story of the small world?
No, actually.
It is river, and it is supposedly filled with small doll children
It's
who do
terrifying.
nothing but sing that song of doom.
It's terrifying.
I think this is Doom Child.
I'm calling her Doom Child.
Let's get to the north very quickly then.
Let us get out of here.
All right, hold on. Right, Cha. As soon as you get by that cage to the very north, you notice that this cage is actually much different than all of the other cages, because this cage is not sized for an adult.
It is Nicolas Cage.
This cage is sized for a child.
Oh no.
I don't like this. I do not like this.
I'm going to have to go kill Demon Child, aren't I?
No, I think we could just keep going north.
Not if other children are being harmed.
Do you want to fight this thing that we have just ran away from successfully?
You can make out a very
Oh, we can come in.
and
All
worn.
right. No, that's not against my faith.
It's
Roll
like,
for tongue dexterity.
it's almost like worn off, but it's a nameplate at the bottom of this cage.
Do not touch that with your fingers. Only use your gloves.
Keep arms and hands inside the cage at all times.
So anybody,
No flash photography on ride.
I do have gloves. Can I wipe it away with my gloves?
yes, you can. And the name written on this nameplate is Mastile Viani. Everybody can roll.
Viani sounds familiar.
I don't think there's like a specific skill, so let's go with either a flat D100, or you can go with a potency check if you want to throw a little bit extra on there.
I'd assume we've regened.
Yes, the number to beat is 65. All right,
It's like two of us got it.
two of ya. The two people that rolled high enough, and everybody's going to hear anyway. This particular
You
Norethel
deafen
child,
them so they can't hear.
this particular Norethel child was from the city of Andrenis, which, as we established, is where you came from. They were tried and found guilty of committing no less than 50 murders and 125 kidnappings. They were never able to find out why this child committed these murders, only that they were the parents and all of the children were missing ever since. She never gave any information, even after being labeled as a monster, imprisoned, and tortured. But it is said that the moment before death in her execution, her eyes turned solid black, and then her body went limp.
Okay. This might be either demon child or actual ghost.
Which is worse?
I don't know.
I would say demon child, most likely.
But that is either way. I believe that is murderer of many handfuls of numbers of people. Sorry, I'm used to communicating math in numbers with the flashing of hands for the parentally challenged. It is bad habit I need to break.
No, I think it's totally fine. I understand.
None of them are older than this.
But like 10 to 20 of these.
Ooh.
It's a lot of these.
Yeah,
It's a lot of those.
You may think this is celebratory. Oh, I'm happy. No, I'm not happy about this.
Is there a way to like throw holy water on this or something?
No, but they feel this something.
Well, the good news is people do not come into the Forest of Fear, so it's not like this particular entity is going to just like, entrap hapless passerbys. Like,
Okay, Arcmaster is like, do not worry about this. Please move on.
Just let it be.
I'm letting your hero consciences rest.
Is that your way of saying you didn't trigger the fight? You're clear to move on.
Yes. Following Zumi's amazing necklace trail.
I'm also gonna say we're gonna talk to Ephrazina about this when we get back.
Let's just make note for later. Avoid ghost.
Yeah.
Right. You all follow the trail, which seems to just kind of like come to a stop at one part of the forest. Peeking through a few trees and brush and whatnots.
Oh, I love.
You see a massive clearing, which is devoid of snow.
The forest got very dark very quickly.
There is a lot of magic in here.
There is. You don't even have to.
This.
You don't have to roll a potency check. You can.
I bet you can taste it.
Yes.
I'm keeping my mouth shut.
Good, because you can taste it.
Flitting all around the forest are
like
these
the cotton
little
candies.
sprites. You can see in the water, in the river here, there's like a horse that seems to be made out of the water itself.
That Pixie is terrifying.
Who here has seen the Frozen 2?
There's an Arctic fox that seems to be wandering around, and a nixie of sorts hanging out on the log bridge that crosses the river. Now, the biggest thing that you notice is far to the north, standing atop two 25-foot tall chicken legs, is the hut of Baba Yaga.
Baba Yaga!
And this is where we are going to wrap it up for this session. Thank you all very much for coming and enjoying this session with us.
Does Mixie stand for man pixie?
No, Nixie with an N.
Never mind.
Like naughty.
Ignore me.
Making up the lore as we go along.
Yep.
Every lie.
Making
There's
up the
now
lore
a
one lie at a
Nixie.
time. It is now a mixie. Yes.
There's a mixie now.
It is now one.
The Nixie.
It's a naughty mixie.
Oh my gosh, you guys are too much. Thank you all. We'll see you all next time. Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye.